trying to stretch $1 and stretch a meal. Maybe you got just a little bit of ground meat, but you need to make 2 burgers, but you want everybody to have enough and have enough protein and nutrition. Well, this is an idea you can do. Make some very thin patties. I'm going to show you what I've got. I got a little bit of burger meat here. It's like enough really to make 1 burger, but I want to stretch it and make 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them really thin, cook them like that in some oil, and then I'm going to cook a couple of eggs, and I'm going to put those eggs on top of each of those burgers, and it's going to make a very good sandwich. Stick around and you'll see. I have some oil heating up back there, which I'm going to do some French fries in. And instead of buying pre-made French fries, I have real potatoes that I cut up. I make my own French fries all the time. It's actually a lot cheaper and a lot better like that. And I've left the skin on my potatoes, on my French fries, because I don't want to peel that off. The skin is not green. If it was green, I would have peeled it off. But the skin's not green, so I left it on there. There's nutrition in there, and it would be like wasting money to peel it and throw the peelings away, which in my case, I would feed them to the chickens if they were green. But I just washed them really good and cut them up into fries. So that's another way to save money right there. So for my fries, what I'm gonna do is I've got them all cut up. This is only 2 big old potatoes right here. And I'm just gonna put some salt on them while they're raw right here, and a little bit of red pepper, and I'm gonna mix them up. Ideally, I would have a bigger bowl, but somehow or another, I wasn't thinking, and my bowl's a little too small, but I think I can mix them anyway. I'm gonna just give them a good mix so that that salt gets all over my potatoes. And so I'm going to have a decent meal. I'll have some French fries and some hamburgers. Over in this pot, I'm going to heat this oil up in my stove. Doesn't want to come on. I hate it when it does that and I have to light it like that. But anyway, there's that. Let that heat up a little bit, and in the meanwhile I'm going to get these potatoes into this oil. I don't like to just grab the food and throw it in like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon it up a little bit and get it down in there. To me, that's what works best for me. You do what works best for you. Okay, I think that's enough. I don't want to add any more. I don't want to overflow the grease. Then over here, in this pan, I'm going to add some oil for my burger meat. Now my burger meat is not seasoned. I'm going to season it when it gets done cooking. That's just the way that I've been doing them lately, and that's fine. This is some deer meat I had ground up. And since, like I said, I'm making 2 burgers, I'm going to try and halfen this right here and try to flatten it out as much as I possibly can. Now, I know you could just mix the egg right into it, but I think you would have a hard time getting a whole egg into one patty, and I want to have a whole egg on each sandwich. I've got, turn that down, I see it's trying to smoke on me a little bit. I have chickens and I have eggs, so I'm going to use those to stretch this meal. There's a little bit of water still in there. I'm trying to get it out. Squeeze that out of there. And these are going to cook fast because they're thin. Okay, so there those are. While this is cooking, I'm going to prepare a pan to put them on. And this is the pan I'm going to use. This is going to help me to drain those fries without using expensive paper towels. You see that? It's going to help cool them and drain them. So I got that set off to the side for when my potatoes are done. This I have on low just because black iron skillets retain a lot of heat. And I don't need a high fire with it. Once I get that skillet warmed up, it's hot. So I can cook this on low the rest of the way. While that's cooking, I'm going to get some bread prepared to make me some hamburgers. I did not go out and buy hamburger buns. I'm using the bread that I already have on hand. It's going to work just fine. Why spend the extra money on hamburger buns, right? They're expensive. After all, I'm trying to save money. I'm not trying to spend as much money as I possibly can. Just by eating at home, I'm saving money. So by eating at home, I'm saving money and I'm getting a more nutritional product. And I know what I'm eating. Kitchens in fast food restaurants can be quite questionable. Now, I'm not saying I never take my chances because I do. Sometimes I do eat out, but I really prefer to eat at home. Because like I said, I know where the food is prepared. I know what's being put into it. I know there's no shenanigans of upset workers in the back and that kind of thing going on. And not to mention, it's just expensive to eat out. It is expensive to eat out. And look how fast this is. Just throw some mayonnaise on there or whatever you like. Mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, pickles, whatever you have in the house that you like, put it on your burger. If you have some cheese, that's even better. Okay, it's time for me to turn my burgers over here. Okay, that one got more brown than this one, but it's just in the hotter part of the skillet. So maybe I'll turn my skillet. Woo, it's hot. Let's check on our fries. They're still a little soft. I like them to get hard before I take them out of the oil. In the meantime, I have some eggs here, fresh out of the yard. These are yard eggs from my chickens. And I'm just gonna break one in a cup over here to get ready to get those into the skillet as well. I have some cheese here that someone was kind enough to share with me, and I'm just gonna slice some of that and put that on those burgers. And I want to put the cheese on while the burger is hot and at its hottest. So what I'm going to do is when I turn these over, which they're going to cook really fast because they're thin like I said, when I turn them over, that's when I'm going to put the cheese on them, because that's going to help the cheese to melt the fastest. Just like that. And thanks to the person who gave me the cheese. Never forget to thank the guys who do the giving. Okay, so these are cooked enough and melted enough. I'm going to go on ahead and set those right onto my bread. And I'm ready for my eggs to go down in there. I am going to add a little oil before I put my eggs down in there. Tried to pick the nice large eggs that I had for this project. Okay, let those cook. Move this one, I don't need it now. Our fries are kind of hard, I can tell, so I'm going to go on ahead and get this batch out and put my next batch in. Now we're going to get some more of these fries down in there. I don't know if I can fit all of them, but it would be nice if I could, because I want to do this in the least amount of batches as possible. And I only have a little bit left, so I'm just going to make them fit, make it work. It's time to flip these eggs. Seen that? Let's see if we can flip this one as good. They don't always flip easy. Okay, that one did good too. Alright. Let that cook a minute. Let our potatoes over here cook. Now I'm going to slice me up a tomato. This is one out of the garden that Mr. E grew. I'm just going to... look like I got a dull knife here, but I'm going to make it work. Got stuff on the stove, so I can't really tend to a whole lot other than that. Now, did I have some prettier, riper tomatoes? Yes. Could I leave the kitchen to go and get them? No. Should I have prepared and brought a better one in? Yes. But it is what it is, and this is the tomato we're eating. So that's what's going on these burgers. And also I have some lettuce and some onions. Now, I cut up some onions yesterday, and this is what I have left of them. Some red onions. That's going to go good on those burgers. So I'm going to just set these in the same plate, and then I'll put my lettuce in this plate too. That way I'm not dirtying everything in the kitchen. I'll put my lettuce here. In the meantime, these eggs need to come out. You know, when eggs are cooking, they really don't wait for you to get ready. You gotta do what you gotta do on their schedule. I might have went a little too far with my lace on these eggs here, on this one anyhow, and I really don't care for that, so I'm just gonna take that off just like that. Move my egg over. As you can see, ow, 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 that's hot. I'm gonna go on ahead and season these. Put a little salt on the eggs and a little pepper. And you know what? I forgot to put my pepper on my eggs and my salt. I mean on my meat. Okay, let's just turn this over like this. And we'll add our salt on. Okay, so there's our salt, and I like black pepper on burgers, so that's what we're going with. Do our onions. And I'm going to wait a little while before I put the tomatoes because they're juicy and I don't want that to make my bread soggy while I'm waiting here on my French fries. So this is what the burgers look like with everything on them. I'm about to cover these up and dress my plate. Alright, I'm ready to make these burgers, and I'm ready to sit down and eat these burgers. That's some big burgers, guys. Look, they're huge. With that little old piece of meat and some vegetables and an egg. It's pretty good. Not bad for just a little bit of meat and an egg and some vegetables, right? Okay, try to get some of these fries on each plate. I left a little spot right there for that okra. Try to sneak as much vegetables on us as I possibly can. And we used up some of the deer meat we had, some of the tomatoes that he grew and okra that he grew. Now the potatoes I did get from the store and the bread also, but the eggs are from the farm also. It's not the worst looking meal I've ever seen. It's gonna be good. Yeah. We're gonna get Mr. E's reaction to this burger, y'all.
I just come back from working. I'm starving. Don't mention me, I'm starving. It's delicious.
Okay.
I could eat it all in 2 bites.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed watching me make my frugal meal, and know that you can do it too. Just make the most of whatever you've got. The same thing goes with life, guys. Make the most of whatever you've got. And don't forget to thank the guy upstairs who makes it all possible. I hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.